First, you're about to meet the real deal. This is a music business professional, networking extraordinaire, and global music business entrepreneur who is functioning at the highest level in the music industry. He's going to be a friend to you, a mentor to you. He's very happy to be here. Right now, he is our artist in residency this week, going all over Columbia College, appearing in all variety of music management courses, like the Art and Business of Recording and our AMP Record Company courses, as well as master courses in the music department. After he's through, I'll put up a schedule of some of the other activities that he has going on the next 2 days that you are all able to attend. And it's very difficult for me to put him in a nutshell. I don't think that even with all the time we have, we'll have adequate time to really discuss everything that there is to talk about. But he is first and foremost a musician, a guitarist from Berklee College of Music. Shortly afterward, he moved to LA, and he'll talk about how he got into the, sorry?
He moved to Vegas first.
Oh, Vegas, I'm sorry. They'll talk to you about how he got into performance opportunities in Vegas, became a band leader, toured the world with various acts, and then decided he wanted to get into songwriting. And so many of you, especially some of you in the CUP program, you're musicians, you're also business people. You need to find a way to make it work together, and you need some mentors and some people in the industry that you can look up to and study and learn from. And so he's going to give you his personal story about how he got into songwriting and production. He is a songwriter for people the world over, a pop music producer, a dance remix extraordinaire, and like I said before, a master networker of getting things done and creating lanes and breaks in the music business, which we've been referring to in this class as opportunities. And so he's here from LA, and I'm very glad to have him here. Shele Sondheim, thank you.
Really very gracious introduction. Thank you very much, Bob.
It wasn't nearly that.
That's really nice. Okay, so I think some of the people that are here have been in some of the other music business classes that I've conducted and master lectures. So I hope that it doesn't sound too repetitive. I'm going to try and hit some other kinds of bullet points, but I thought quite deeply about our meeting tonight. And so much so that I reached to my mentor, President Lee Burke, the retired president now of Berklee College of Music, and sought guidance and advice on, how can I do the best for Columbia, and how can I really impact the students the most, and how can I really reply to this great opportunity that's been extended to me, which is to come here and be your artist in residence. And his advice to me was, bring a small army. So I thought, okay. And I was somewhat successful in doing so. I reached into Chicago to professional colleagues that are based here, but working globally. And throughout the week so far, we've been able to attract music dealers, one of the largest music branding companies in the world that connects bands and brands. So the senior director of catalog was here on Monday night. Then yesterday we also had Ira Antilles, whose company Gyro Productions, working on everything from Nokia to McDonald's to BlackBerry, and he was very spirited yesterday, and I think everybody really had a good time with Ira. And in the evening, actually, the founders of music dealers came in, the senior vice president of operations, and they extended this very warm invitation to all of our Columbia students to directly contact music dealers for internship possibilities, which is incredibly gracious. So that's now on the table. A little bit earlier today, we had the Institution of House Music, Vince Lawrence, and we had a very spirited class with Zach. I think we did a good job down there. People were very inspired, and Vince shared a tremendous amount of knowledge. And a guy who's remixing for Madonna and Pink and just all kinds of famous names. But he comes back from the day, whatever that's called. He really has a lot of music in him. Even when I was listening to him, I was so surprised at learning new things about Vince and the depth of his musicality. Tonight, in your class, we've invited a very special VIP industry guest whose name is Johnny Kay. Johnny Kay is a award-winning, Grammy-winning master producer named Producer of the Year by Naris. Just happens to have a multi-million-dollar studio 4 blocks from the music department here. So I have these crazy ideas in my mind of like, you know, getting a better relationship with Johnny Kay in Columbia, and that being like how cool would it be for all of us to have a singer-songwriter night at Groovemaster, you know, industry networking, 200 industry people, just a Columbia night. Would that be pretty nice? You know, and that would be pretty nice, like a favored rate, so you're doing your projects and really learn from people at that level who are tweaking and writing and playing and programming. And so Johnny Kay has agreed to come to your class this evening, so he's going to come for the last hour of this. I don't know that everybody is going to be famous. I don't know that that's really the goal. What I believe the goal is in being really good at what you do, being really good at what your chosen discipline is. I believe being successful is creating your own lane, finding a way to earn a living in your own lane. Okay, I think that's tremendously successful, and that's the kind of success that I'm enjoying. I've created my own lane, and you know, I'm able to network at the highest levels of the music industry globally. I feel very much a student of the game. In my office, I have like 12 file cabinets that start in Austria and go to Zimbabwe. So you want to talk about publishers in South Korea? I think I can talk about that. I think I know who's there. I've met them. I have their cards. I can call them. You know, you want to talk about the dance remixers in Amsterdam? I know who we're talking about because I've physically gone. So, you know, that for me is a lot of success. And it's still a work in progress, you know, looking for clients and getting clients. I got named this year as the International Music Advisor for the country of Sweden, and associated with a school called Boomtown, an industry event called Trigger, and a live festival called Peace and Love, which is 75,000 people coming for 10 days, camping out, 7 days of music, 12 stages. Jay-Z performed, Robin performed. It's a huge festival, okay? And I'm now the international advisor. So I'm going to try and figure out some ways for Columbia College to get involved over the Atlantic at Boomtown. You know, wouldn't that be fun? When I have a Columbia stage at Boomtown? It takes financial partners, and you know, I'm looking for those financial partners. I'm just going to ask you, it could be Johnny Kay, all right? Hi. I thought this was you calling me. How are you? How are you? Say hi to our friends. I'm just going to wrap up the shele portion, and then we'll go into the Johnny Kay.
All right.
So yeah, those were some of the definitions as far as I was concerned about what really creating success is. You know, creating your own lane, really, and finding your own way to earn your living in music. And you know, we didn't have any of the question and answer part for me. So like when we do that later on, if there's anything that you want to ask about from the career route that I just gave you, we can do that a little bit later on. But you know, what I'd like to do is really use the time to say hi to my buddy Johnny Kay, and thank you so much for coming. It's nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Everything well?
Good.
Very good, good. So, you know, we're going to do this interview, and I told you that it was based on this Gaio Seri on the record, and we prepared the questions. But I'd like to just share a little bit about my friend Johnny Kay, okay? Because I don't know that everybody understands who we have with us right now. So, a little bit about Johnny Kay. I don't even want to say your last name wrong, because I only know you as Johnny Kay. John Carcasis?
Yeah.
John Carcasis, better known as Johnny Kay, born in Chicago, is a Grammy Award-nominated producer, engineer, mixer, musician, and songwriter. He owns Groovemaster Recording Studios in Chicago, a couple blocks around the corner of your music department. Groovemaster is a multi-studio complex, houses an SSL 48G Plus series console, and 48-channel Neve flying faders. In addition to the two studios, his 40,000 square foot music complex includes dramatic views of the Chicago skyline, a gymnasium, rehearsal rooms, and pre-production rooms. He's a native Chicagoan, and is not only a producer, but also is an engineer, mixer, musician, songwriter. Some of his smaller clients include Disturbed, the word is biggest. So some of his biggest clients include Disturbed, Three Doors Down, Finger 11, Stain, Plain White Tees, Black Tie, Kill Hannah, Drowning Poet, and Soil. So Johnny K is, I have just a short list of many projects that he's writer, producer, engineer, mixer, and the cool thing is when I met Johnny K, this groovemaster's, as incredible as it is, was under construction. So he was in construction mode. And he took me through the facility where it was like he was sharing his vision of like, okay, Shelley, this is going to go over here, and this and that. Oh, yeah, that wood's going to be moved over there, and then we're going to have the thing over there. And now it's fully up and running, right? I mean, just
still under construction.
Sweeping the floors, everything. We can have dinner over there. It's
coming along, but there's
coming
some
along.
more, there's some more work to be done.
Yeah, but it's really, really gorgeous, and you know, there's another one of our colleagues and industry friends who's coming by on Friday. Is Craig Bauer, who I told you a little bit about, and Craig has, as I understand, moved his facilities into Johnny K's facilities. He's operating there.
Yeah.
Hinges at
That's
your
right.
place. So it's kind of double whammy for anybody that seriously is looking to throw down in the recording industries.
As my career developed, I met some people. Andy Wallace, I would say, might have been, I don't know if I would call him a mentor. I didn't work, as an assistant for him or anything. But
Does anybody know who Andy Wallace is, or not know? I mean, we're thoroughly honest together in our room family. So do you know who Andy Wallace is? You know what Google is, right?
yeah,
Cool.
The Google.
I would say Andy Wallace is probably one of the handful of rock mixers at the top echelon of the field forever. I mean, he's mixed everything, including the Disturbed record, which was my first record. That's where I met him. And, I remember asking him, so you've mixed all these different records, Korn, Limp Bizkit, Stain he had mixed before I had worked with them, Jeff Buckley, he produced Jeff Buckley Grace, hand mixed it. I don't know his whole discography, but it's endless. I mean, he's been doing it for a long time. So, I had a chance to ask him, how do my tracks sound? You've seen everybody's tracks, so I wanted to see how, if all the. And I kind of learned on my own. It was more school of hard knocks than mentoring. I was always trying to figure out how to do it. And I guess in doing it that way, I kind of developed. I don't know if I developed my own sound. I tried to not develop my own sound. I tried to focus on getting the sound of the band I was working with. So, I don't know. But a couple of people along the way, some local guys had come through the studio, and I would absorb everything I could from whoever I recommended.
Got it. Question number 2. What was the very first job in the music business? What was your very first job in the music business, and how did you get it?
I was working at a restaurant, and one of the waitress's boyfriends was in a band, and this was my first pay session. So I had a little studio set up in my house, and I was recording, my friends for free and stuff, just learning how to do it. And that was my first pay gig, and I remember it pretty vividly.
So remember we were talking about jobs, and you never really know who you meet. Question number 7. What is your greatest lesson? Your greatest lesson?
You learn them every day, it seems like.
That's good enough.
I don't know, but, the greatest lesson.
That was a good answer. You learn them every day. That's straight ahead.
I think don't burn bridges. No matter how frustrated you might get with the artist. I had a session recently where the artist really, really got me frustrated. And every bone in my body just said, tell these guys, hey, there's the door. I'm done with you guys. Out. I'm not, you're lucky to be here working with me. I didn't say anything. I let them voice their opinion or their concerns or whatever they were, and they did it in a very negative way. And then I took a deep breath, and I gave them a few minutes to chill out. And I said, all right, we got a lot of work to do. Let's go. And I just kept working and got the job done. And that situation naturally kind of turned itself around. As the project got closer to being done, the band became ecstatic with the way it came out. And, you know, and then it turned into other projects after that. It could have easily gone down too.
South, yeah, instead.
You know, so I guess being cool is the, I don't know how else to explain it. You do learn those lessons, but the biggest lesson is probably just be cool. Don't burn bridges. The industry is way too small. Don't start fights with people. It's never gonna help you get anywhere. And everyone knows that. And one band might be on the road with another band, and you know, if you have a bad go of it, even one time, you know, it's gonna hurt you.
That's excellent advice, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is all pretty valuable guidance, don't you think?
Yeah.
And so certainly, I know that we're getting very close toward the end, but I know that you have some questions, so we're going to kind of open this up a little bit to questions, okay? And so let's see, where do we have them? We have 1, start off with 2, 3, we'll start here, and we'll get to everybody, so 1, 2, 3, let's go to 1.
So I was wondering if you could talk a bit about, you know, if someone doesn't just want to be a producer and a songwriter and work with artists, but wants to do that in the rock and metal genres, what are some good things to know and attitudes to have?
And specifically in rock
Yeah,
and metal?
maybe more apply to just those formats.
Does everybody hear the question? Are you hearing everybody in the back? Okay.
I think the same things apply. I mean, you know, rock and metal, I mean, especially metal, it seems like a culture. You know, people live and breathe metal. And so I think being a part of that culture or being aware of it, knowing that, you know, knowing what it's about is hard. Doing your homework, knowing the music, what they like, the tastes. I mean, if you're producing a metal band and you don't know anything about metal, you know, it's the right of metal bands to know whatever other metal band is doing. It seems that way. I mean, I think metal is it's a great place to start. Those fans stay with their bands. Metallica fans may hate the record, but they'll buy it. Disturbed fans are loyal. Those more loyal, I think, than other genres. Pop is about what's the next new thing. Metal is once they invest in metal bands, once the bands invest in it, they tattoo the band on their arm, they go to the shows, it's the constant underground.
When, if ever, did you come across something that was significant enough in your personal life to take the focus off your music career?
Okay, so,
Or make it complicated to keep focusing on your music career?
okay, so as I shared my story a little bit earlier before John and Kate came into the room, was that I told you that in order to fund my demos, I needed to get a job. So there was time that I really was, I guess in some people's eyes, oh, well, you're not doing your music, you're away from your music now because you're driving a limousine, or, you know, you're working outside of music to make money. But I had cool musician friends who knew that wasn't my heart, because they knew how hard I worked at the 200% career. There wasn't a day I drove a limo that the guitar wasn't in the trunk, not one day. So there wasn't a minute that I wasn't thinking about when can I get back to my session. I'm doing this to make money so I can go do a demo, to go do a song, to go do a pitch, or go to a songwriter class or something like that. So that could be seen as a divide, but I didn't feel it as a divide. And I pretty much feel in today's life, similar to Johnny K, is that my life, I don't think of what I do as work. It's all lifestyle for me. My days, it's a 7-day work week for me. There are no days off, but I don't think that day off. I mean, I'm talking to Sweden or China on Sunday, or a session of clients in. It could be Saturday. Some videos on our website, you'll see I'm working with some engineers, Phil Collins studio, whatever. Sunday morning, I talk about, I think some people are at church right now. I mean, this is my church. The groove is happening. It's 9 a.m. in the morning, and it's Sunday, and it becomes lifestyle. So I think when you're really serious about this as your career, then it's all one lifestyle.